friends and students. In this video, we will be looking at another important tense, that is future continuous tense. Okay, if you understand all the tenses very well, you will be able to answer the questions in the examination. At the same time, you will be able to speak English according to the context and situation. Without getting delayed, let us look at the today's topic, future continuous tense. Before we move on to the usage of future continuous tense, let us know the structure of future continuous tense. What is the structure? The structure is subject plus shall be or will be plus V1 plus inform plus object. In simple future tense, we have learned the usage of shall and will. Same usage can be used in future continuous tense also. Shall be is used with I and we, and will be is used with remaining persons like you, he, she, it and they. And V1 plus inform, this is quite common in all continuous tenses. And in the previous videos, we have understood where the V1 plus inform is used in all continuous tense. And subject and object both are common in all structures. Now coming to the usage. What is the usage of future continuous tense? Look at this usage. Future continuous tense is used to express an action which will be in progress at a specific point of time in the future. This is very simple to understand. See, if an action is said to be in progress at a specific point of time in future, it is future continuous tense. Remember the two terms, future and continuous. You know the meaning of future. You know the time of future. Future time. Continuous means action is in progress. Action will be in progress. If an action will be in progress at a future time, that is future continuous tense. Okay, try to understand the difference between present continuous tense and future continuous tense, past continuous tense and future continuous tense. There are differences in the structure and as well as in usage also. Okay, future continuous tense is used to express an action which will be in progress at a specific point of time in the future. You need to remember two things. Number one, the time, future time. Number two, continuity of the action. Here I have mentioned, continuity of the action. This is the symbol I have shown even in the previous videos also. Remember, whenever you find this symbol, it is the indication of the continuity of the action. Okay, if it is occurrence of the action, this symbol is used. So you can understand that this is an action which will be in progress at a specific point of time in future. Look at the examples. Okay, look at the examples. Before we see the examples, try to understand this usage which is shown in the diagram. Imagine this red line is a future time. Okay, this green line is the present point where we are, and this blue line is past time. So this is past time and this is the present time. And this red line is a future time. We have not seen the future time. This future time means this is the time that is to come. Imagine at a specific point of future time, action in progress. Action in progress. When we talk about the continuity of the actions or the actions which will be in progress at a specific point of time in future, then future continuous tense is used. And my dear students, you need to understand the difference between simple future and future continuous tense. Simple future tense is used only to talk about the occurrence of the action, whereas future continuous tense is used to talk about the continuity of the action or the actions which will be in progress. So this is the difference between simple future and future continuous tense. This is in connection with the usage, and in examples we shall also find the differences related to the time indicators. What are those? Let us see. See, at this point of time, action will be in progress. So we can say this is a future continuous tense. This is the symbol of continuity of action. Look at the first example. We shall be going to Delhi at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Number one, tomorrow is future time and a specific point of time is 11 o'clock in the morning. So tomorrow is a future time and a specific point of time is 11 a.m. So at a specific point of time in future, the action is said to be in progress, so that it is a future continuous tense. Second example, she will be writing an exam at this time next Monday. For example, now the time is 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay, next Monday at the same time, at this time means at 11 o'clock next Monday, the action will be in progress. What is that action? She will be writing. The action of writing will be in progress at 11 o'clock next Monday. Here we are talking about the continuity of the action at the future time, so that it is called future continuous tense. And look at the third example. They will be studying medicine by this time next year. By this time, okay, by this time in the sense in the same month, at the same time next year, in the month of December next year, at this time they will be studying medicine. Their action is studying medicine in a specific college, in some college. So in these three examples, we are talking about the continuity of the action at a specific point of time in future. So all these are the future continuous tenses examples. Okay, in these three examples, we find the time indicator. What is the time indicator? Whenever we use future continuous tense, we need to use two indicators. Number one, simple future time indicator like tomorrow, next Monday, next year, next summer, next winter. Apart from those, specific point of time, these specific point of times are like at 10 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, like this, and at this time or by this time. So you can use specific point of time plus simple future time indicators like tomorrow, next week, next Monday, next year, next summer, and so on. So in this tense we find these time indicators, so we can say this is a future continuous tense. This is the first and foremost usage of future continuous tense, and try to understand the difference between simple future and future continuous tense. And second usage, okay, future continuous tense is used with the combination of simple present tense. It is used with the combination of simple present tense. For example, every day I go home. For example, every day I go home at 9 p.m. Okay, from my college I go home at 9 p.m. Okay, 9 p.m. I go home. So today I go home at 10 p.m. So this is today my action is late, 1 hour late. So my action is later than the usual time. So at that time, in such situations, my action is used in simple present tense, and the other action at home, maybe my children or my family members will be doing some action by the time I go home. So their action will be used in future continuous tense. To talk about my action, simple present tense is used. How? By the time I go home, my children will be sleeping. Or by the time I go home, my wife will be waiting. By the time I go home, my daughter will be studying. By the time I go home, my son will be watching television. So whenever we talk about our action, okay, which is a later or usual action, that is used in simple present tense, and other actions which will be in progress at a future time when we reach that specific place, that is used in future continuous tense. In order to make you understand, I have given 4 examples. See, when I go home, my mother will be cooking food. For example, here the speaker is I, a student. Okay, a student, when I go home, he or she says like this: when I go home, my mother will be cooking food. The college is over by 1 o'clock. Okay, only half a day college. 1 o'clock the college is over. Okay, by the time she is leaving the college and she talks to her friends, she shares with her friends, okay, by the time I go home, that may take 30 minutes or 1 hour, so it will be around 1:30 or 2 o'clock. So by the time I go home at 1:30 or 2 p.m, my mother will be cooking food. So here the student or the speaker's action is in simple present tense, and the mother's action or somebody's action at home is in future continuous tense. These two actions are joined by using a conjunction or a linker when or by the time. Okay, you can combine these two actions by using when or by the time. Look at the second example. By the time I reach the hall, examination will be going on. A student says, okay, while starting at home, the student says to the parents, by the time I reach the hall, maybe today it is late. Okay, he is late to the examination. So by the time I reach the hall, examination will be going on. Here the student's action is in simple present tense, and another action at the examination hall, the action is in progress, that is a future action which will be in progress, so future continuous tense. And the third example, when I go home, my parents will be waiting for me. This is the same model like the first one, when I go home, because when you talk about your action which is later than usual time, which is something different from your regular action, then you use this combination, simple present and future continuous tense. And another example, by the time I reach the station, my friend will be waiting for me. You may have promised your friend that you would be at the station at a specific point of time, but you could not reach the station at that time. So while going to the station, at the time of leaving for the station, you share your feeling with your friends or family members that by the time I reach the station, my friend will be waiting for me. So this is how you can use two actions. One is a simple present tense and another one is a future continuous tense. So whatever it is, the combination may be simple present and future continuous tense, but remember, future continuous tense is purely used for an action which will be in progress at a specific point of time in future. That is a future continuous tense. I hope you have understood the usage of future continuous tense. Keep watching our videos. Please subscribe our channel English Victor. Thank you.